What's going on today, guys? In this video I'm going to show you guys how to install the OEM mudguards on your Genesis G70. Now, in addition to the mudguards, we're also going to be installing a new black plate frame because, as you guys can see, this one is pretty much chipping and looks very gross, but I have a brand new one in the package right here we're going to be installing really quick. That's going to be the simpler of the two, but they're both very simple to install, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, in case you guys are wondering the part number and the instructions for this, here are the rear mudguards as well as the instructions. I'm not sure if the code will come through on camera, but you guys can go ahead and try to scan that with your phone. But anyways, these ran about $39, I believe, shipped from a OEM parts dealer. I can tell you who it was right here, right there, if you guys are interested in buying these. That was the cheapest I could find. Now, before you guys get started, you want to make sure you have a right angle bit driver or something with a Phillips head that's right angle that can fit in between the tire and the rear bumper here, because it is pretty tight space and you're going to want to remove 2 Phillips head screws in this area, as well as a push pin down below here. So I'm using a Cobalt right angle bit driver from Lowe's. We've already had it, so it's something easy for me to find and use, but just make sure you guys have something similar to this to remove those 2 Phillips head screws. You guys want to make sure to clean the area where the mud flap will sit over the paint as well before you go ahead and install the mud flap, just in case there's anything under there that could cause a rubbing issue or anything with the paint that might contaminate it over time. So since this car's pretty clean, I'm just going to use a damp towel. That'll be good. Then we can go ahead and install the mud flap over the bumper here. Go ahead and reinstall your hardware, and that's all there is to it. And that's all there is to it. So the mud flap is now firmly secured, just like the dealership would do it. And the instructions say a dealership technician is the level for this install. Anybody can do this at home. All it is, like I said, 2 Phillips screws and a push pin. Super easy install. So let's go ahead and do the other side. So like I said, before we end this video, let's go ahead and install the Hyundai Genesis OEM black frame. This is, again, the Hyundai part for the Hyundai Genesis, because I could not find a Genesis OEM plate frame. They only had the chrome version, so this one looks pretty much the same. So let's go ahead and install it on the car. So as you guys can see, the old plate frame was not only faded, but it was really chipped up and everything like that. So this one is a huge upgrade in the appearance department. But one thing I hate about the plate frames, they give you silver hardware, and then they give you these caps, black caps, plastic caps to go over the screw heads. But to me, I think black screw heads just look so much better, and they don't bulge out as much as the caps would. So good to see we got a new plate frame on the car, and again, installed the mud flaps. Now, I'm sure they don't do a ton, but again, they help out with the I guess the debris flung up by the tire, since these are super sticky tires. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Comment down below if you guys have the G70 mud flaps on your G70, or plan on putting the mud flaps on your G70. They don't have the front mud guards available, so I'm not sure if that's going to become an option in the future, or if they're just going to stick with the rears only. But again, a very simple install, and something you can do in about 10-15 minutes at your house or anything like that with basic hand tools. So once again, I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.